So you're probably wondering why seven shots of this series were in the Beis Medrash, and the eighth one and the last one is outside. So the story is like this. Baruch Hashem, we were zocheh to get a Beis Medrash here in Mount Dafna, and it's amazing. But we have one technical problem, is that certain times of the year, they make a minyan in our Beis Medrash, and there's nothing we could do about that. It happens to be during Bein Hazmanim, and I'm filming now Bein Hazmanim, and we had filmed a couple of the classes in a row, and then 9 o'clock comes, and everybody comes in. I'm in the middle of filming, and everyone comes in. And my first thought was like, this is my Beis Medrash, yeah? I paid for the next 23 years, until I come 89, to be the owner of this Beis Medrash. So how can you come and throw me out of my own Beis Medrash and not let me film the Shirim for Torah time? And then I realized, like, you idiot, yeah, you idiot, right? You're filming Shirim about letting go, so you have to just let go. So the last thing I want to speak about today, which is ironic that it's outside the Beis Medrash, is Torah. The guidebook. What's the guidebook to letting go? How do we know when to let go and when not to let go? The times you're not supposed to let go, yeah? When dealing with a Russia, you're not supposed to let go. Sinas Chinam, this farm say. People think Sinas Chinam is if something did something really bad to you. It's not Chinam. No, that's a mistake. The Svarim say that the only Sina which is not Chinam is hating a Russia, because that's a mitzvah. But says the Chavetz Chaim, there's no, and he brings from Yonasan Moliner, the Chazon Ish Paskins at Halach L'Mais as well. He says there are no Rishoyim today, because everybody's before Tochacha, before reproof. There's no Rishoyim today. Right? But the ultimate guide to letting go is the Torah, because every single word of the Torah is an expression of what Hashem really wants. And the more we internalize that, and the more we know what Hashem wants, the easier it is for us to let go, right? As Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach said, we said why he didn't get an argument with his wife. He said because when he spoke to his wife, he felt he was speaking to the Shekhinah. But in addition, he said, we lived according to Torah. We did everything according to Torah. When you live according to Torah, there's no reason ever to get upset about anything, because the Torah is the perfect guidebook to life. As Rav Samson Foyle Hirsch said, right? He said, theology is God's study of man. Theology is man's study of God, and Torah is God's study of man. Right? Torah is the ultimate way to live your life, but in order to keep the Torah, you have to let go. Right? As the Mesilas Yesharim says, right? You wake up in the morning, right? And you're tired, you don't want to get out of bed, but you have to daven. So it's Hashem's Ratzon and your Ratzon. It's Zman Kriyat Shema in half an hour, 45 minutes. You have to get to shul, you're a man. So you have to say, I want to sleep, but the Torah wants me to say Shema. Comes into clash. The Torah should win. Because the Torah is the ultimate guidebook, how to let go, and how to have Olam Haba in this world. Now I say that a lot, and people might think, Rabbi Travis, that's an exaggeration. You can't have Olam Haba in this world. Olam Haba is in the next world, right? I was speaking to one of my close Talmidim yesterday, and donors. He should be gesund, and he should have a Ben Zachar Bakar of Mamish. And he said, he does a very, very great Zikr Rabim, right? From the people who do Zikr Rabim, I think he's one of the biggest Mazakeh Rabim. He does a special program every Wednesday, yeah, that Balabatim take off the whole morning and they go and learn Torah. It's incredible. I spoke by this program not long ago when I was in a different part of the world, and I said, in the map of the world, yeah, this place where he does it's called Lighthouse, is Or Gadol, because they sit and they stop their working schedule for one day and they learn Torah the whole morning. And he told me though, I don't feel, people tell me this is such a great thing, I don't feel it. How can I feel the pleasure? I said, to feel the pleasure you have to stop and just let yourself feel it, number one. Number two, I told him a couple other things, going to mikvah, and also kavanah is very important when you do it. When you do the mitzvah, try at the time that you do the mitzvah to have kavanah, to tap into the kedusha, right? And this is part of it. But learning Torah, the more Torah that we know, the more Torah that we internalize, yeah, the more that we can get a clear perception of what Hashem wants, and then let go to His Ratzon. So this is my series on letting go, and Hashem should help us all do this, especially myself, yeah? Because if anybody needs to let go, it's me. As I said, told the girls in Chedbas when I taught this to them, right? If you want to speak about something, you have to be living it and let go of yourself. So Hashem should give us the Yad Shmai to let go, and we should all let go if we can, to the best of our ability. If you make mistakes, don't get upset. If you let go once a month, that's amazing. If you do it once a week, that's incredible. If you do it every day, then you're a tzaddik, yeah? And if you do it all the time, then you're a malach. So let's try our best to do that, especially in our relationships with other people, just to let go, and our lives will be so much more pleasant. Amen. Kein Ratzon.